Hello, my name is Carl Louviere. I'm going to make this my little video just in case something happens to me or I'm diagnosed with a disease or something like that. I have no idea when God is going to take me, and I don't feel unhealthy, but I do know that God knows my heart, and He knows that I'm trying my best to give the people something they desperately need, even though they don't even know it, which has happened through the years so many times that even when people are trying to convey to you that you need God in your life. Yes, yes, I go to church and all this, but no, you need God in your heart. Well, He's in my heart. No, you need Him to fill you up. You should be thinking about God all the time, every move that you make. I'm guilty of not thinking about things that I get to start during the day. I wish I did it more, that I would look at things and say, okay, would Jesus do that? Or how would Jesus react to that? Or what direction would Jesus go? Or do I have the hope and the faith that I profess to everybody else to try to tell them, oh, you must have faith. You've got to stay with God. Remember, if you don't stay with Him, He cannot stay with you. And I'm paraphrasing. We must always concentrate on God. It doesn't matter what adversity that you go through. Look at what Paul went through. He wrote some of his greatest epistles in the dungeons of Rome. I mean, the dead people that were the stench that must have been in there from people dying and rats and things of that sort. Remember, it was the deepest, darkest place to put someone. So remember, in your darkest hours, you've still got to hold on. Because anything that is happening that is drawing you down so low that you want to abandon God, or you feel as though God has abandoned you. Remember, God says, I have not been laxed in my promises. Israel is laxed in theirs. Israel is us. It doesn't matter how many times or whatever befalls you. As they say, nothing is happening now that hasn't happened before, and it will happen again. Maybe not to you, but to someone else. We cannot question that unless you truly, truly don't believe that there is an afterlife. I mean, do you get serious about it? And do you actually say, when I die, am I really going somewhere? And is it truly heaven? I think too many people build this facade up in their mind, and then they tuck it away to where it's not seen very often, unless someone at this moment brings it to the surface and says, what do you truly believe about death? Do you believe like me that it is life? Death is life. We belong spiritually to God. Even the scriptures say, if you live, you are the Lord's. If you die, you are the Lord's. Therefore, whether you live or die, you are the Lord's. And, we have to really capture that moment when we're saying that. Do you really believe that when you die, if you die in your sin, do you know where you truly are going? Or do you believe, well, God's a merciful God, He's going to forgive me? Have you read the Bible? I don't mean the whole thing. I think that there's so many times, almost in every book, that God shows you and tells you, or Jesus tells you, what will happen to the people that turn their back on God. And remember, if you are a friend of the world, you are an enemy of God. It really means that. You cannot serve two masters. You will love one and hate the other. I know. I served the other master. We don't want to say it like that. But truly, if you're in the world, you are living a flesh life. You are an enemy of God. You are sinning constantly, and you know it. If you do not have remorse and you do the same sin over again, you are not forgiven for the previous sin either. I just want us to take a good look at ourselves. We look all around and we can pass judgment. Judge not, lest ye be judged. God's the only one that's going to judge you. Mark Twain said, I care not what people think of me. I care about what I think of me. You have to truly examine your heart. Your heart speaks to you constantly. Mine does. Mine is no different than yours. We are created in God's image. That's why he judges you from the heart. Even when he was talking to Adam in the garden, when Jesus said, Adam, where are you? Do you really believe that he didn't know where Adam was? He created the bush that he was hiding behind. He created Adam. He meant to Adam, where are you in your heart? Because God knew. He had a change of heart. He chose to eat of the forbidden fruit. God tells us, and he lays it out to us, don't do this. Yes, you feel as though God beats you over the head sometime because he chastiseth the one he loves. And thank God he brought me to my knees. I think about the rich and powerful life that I was in. The adulterous, the fornication, lasciviousness. Doesn't matter what. We want to camouflage it. And, well, I'm human. I have human weaknesses. Yes, we are. We are a sinful creature. All of us. Don't ever think that you know some righteous person. If you do, I promise you, they sin. And God even tells us, do not ever believe that if a man that has been righteous all his life, and then he falls to sin right before he dies, it is written where he will go. He will die in his sin. For in Ezekiel, in the 18th chapter, when it says, if a righteous man turn from his ways and does not obey my statutes and commandments, he shall die, he shall not live. That's an easy one to understand. Yes, I sin, you sin, but you know what? We dust our pants off and we get back up into the race. We cannot give up. God never gives up on us. He sees our frailness and our weaknesses, and he loves us. Think about it. As the scriptures say, can you love someone you hate? What good does it do? to love the ones that are good to you and that you love. What accomplishment is that in life? I will take up from here the next time you see me. Please, people, we have to get right with God. You never know when your time is up. I don't care if it's texting on the road. I don't care if you get caught in a train, a plane wreck, you have a heart attack, you die from cancer, whatever it is. You know, we have a tendency to scramble towards God when we had all the time, our whole life. Let's try not to waste from this day forward. Even though you will sin and fall short of the glory of God, try your best. God bless you, and I hope to see you next week.